Okay, here we go. I'm Dr. Nancy Stanley, physical therapist, life and health coach, and I'm here tonight in the first night of my launch of my January challenge. You know, the first of the year is coming up, and many of you have been talking about in 2021, I'm going to get healthy. Well, tonight is the night for you to learn the very best, easiest way to do it. Now, first of all, I want to tell you at the beginning, hey, Tonya, yeah, okay, if you share this video, I'm going to put your name in this drawing. I've already got names in here, people that are shared, for a half price on a challenge. And whether you've been in a challenge before or not, you're going to get half price on your next challenge. So don't miss that. And if you've been in a challenge before, and I'm going to offer supplements if you don't want to do the next challenge. You know, I have had over 300 people do my challenges, and this one is going to be the best one yet. So if you've been in the challenge before, if you share this video, you're going to get half price. Hey Deborah, hey Joy, I see some of my folks that are in the challenge or been in the challenge before, but I want to start off with this. So normally I start off my launch, this is the week that I'm launching, that I'm telling people about the challenge, with talking about ketosis and how to get into ketosis. But tonight I feel like I don't want to do that. But now tomorrow night I am going to talk about ketosis. But tonight, because you got to get into ketosis to do this intermittent fasting. So I'm kind of getting the cart before the horse, but I feel like there are people that are scared of fasting. And so tonight is your night to learn why it works, how easy it is, and just a lot about it, and a lot more about how my challenge works and why it works for you. Now, a couple of things I want to point out here. I've got my blood water. This is how much blood is in your body, so you might wonder why she got that up there, so I'm going to talk about that. And then I've got my fat. This was the fat that I lost plus 10 more pounds, so this is 20 pounds. So that's the average. Most people lose 30 pounds in my challenge, okay? So that's 20, and I'm going to tell you why you have that fat around the middle and how to get rid of it. So hang with me. This is going to be not really long, but you're going to learn a lot of information. So let me put this kind of down out of the way. And I just had to show off my amaryllises. Oh my gosh, I have enjoyed this so much. And why have I got on all this red? Because I want to get your attention. When you're scrolling through Facebook, it's to get your attention. And we're talking about blood, which blood is the healing component of our body. And if you've got sugar in your blood, if your A1C is high, I had a woman in this last challenge, she brought her A1C from 13 down to 6, not just in 90 days, but she did that. And now she's a healthy person. And before, she was so at risk for so many things. So hey, I see Joy, I see Linda, I see Pamela. Pamela, you and I are going to interview this week, and I'm excited about that. So comment below if you have done intermittent fasting and if you've had success with it, and if it was easy or hard. If it was easy, then you've done it the right way. You actually got into ketosis, you became a fat burner, and then you did it. That's how it works. You got to go through that process, okay? You're going to struggle with fasting if you're not in ketosis, if your body's not making ketones, which ketones are wonderful. Your brain loves ketones. So I'm going to teach you some things about fasting. So I know on Instagram, this is flipped around, and I'm not even sure if my Instagram is running, but on Facebook right here, you can see it. So why intermittent fasting is the easiest and best way to lose weight? Well, I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to tell you it's the easiest because that's what my clients tell me. 4 years of this, and here's what they say. It's easy. And I know for me, dieting was so hard. because I was always hungry. You know, you start on Monday and by Thursday you're hangry. and you just can't do it, and you just can't stick with it, and you're craving. You know, one of the things I teach you is how to tell yourself a story, how to change your story so that you can actually do this thing, all right? So what happens when you start fasting? Now listen, fasting is not eating less food, it's just eating less often. So like today, I fasted until about 4 o'clock, and then I ate. I hadn't eaten anything since the day before, and honestly, I kept having the thought of, well, why don't you eat something? I'm like, no, I'm not hungry. And I grilled some chicken, and we had some asparagus and a kale salad, and it was delicious. All right, so here we go. But here's what happens. Your counter-regulatory hormones, and this is a little bit scientific, but I feel like it's what you don't know that hurts you, and if you can learn some of these things, then it's going to help you to understand how it works. All right, so here we go. Cortisol, your growth hormone, which is your rebuilding hormone, is going to be secreted, and your noradrenaline, which is your adrenaline, which is what gets you going. So that's why you have more energy. All right, so what happens when you fast is instead of taking in the food and your body using that's called exogenous carbohydrates or proteins or fat, instead of those exogenous macros, your body is going to pull from other places where that sugar has been stored or that glucose has been stored, okay? And so it's going to use that instead of what you're taking in. And so that's why you'll be able to use 600, you'll be able to take in about 600 calories, but once you get into fat burning, into ketosis, you're going to use about 1,200 of your endogenous stored calories. All right, so I don't talk about calories very much because we don't count calories, but that's what happens. Your body burns that fuel, and if it can use that stored fuel, which, you know, most of us have got this stored, you've been storing it up. And so what I tell my clients when they start fasting and they say, I feel like I need to eat something, you look down and you grab that stored fat and you say, there's your meal. It's free. Eat it. And if you keep going and you go into 16 and 24 and 36 and 48 hours, now that's not a requirement of the program, but it is possible. I have lots of clients that do 48, even 72-hour fast. Once you get past that 12 hours, then your body's going to start using what you've stored. And you think about it, a bear in the winter, they hibernate, they get real fat, they eat a lot of berries and they add on a lot of fat, and then while they're sleeping, they're hibernating, they burn it all up. So when they come out of hibernation, they use the fat. Now, you don't need food to exist. You can exist. The longest fast was 360 days, I think. And the man, I forgot how much weight he lost, but you do need water. So you're definitely going to be drinking water, but you're going to be using your stored fuel, and that's what's going to happen. All right, so your body, so you're not going to be hungry, and the reason you're not going to be hungry is because your body is going to say, I don't need to eat, because it's actually using that stored fat, which is an excellent source of fuel. It's a really good source of fuel, much better than the chips, oatmeal, granola bars, protein shakes with lots of sugar, even fruits. You know, that fat is a very good source of fuel, and your brain loves it. I'm just going to tell you, you're going to have more mental clarity, more energy. You know, you're going to be satiated, all right, because you're going to be putting food, good fuel into your body. Let me just tell you this. Your food doesn't give you energy. Think about it. When I ate dinner tonight, I had tons of energy. I'd been out working in the yard. I'd been doing, you know, all kinds of things. Came in, got chicken ready to grill, do all that. I had a lot of energy. And as soon as I ate, my energy dropped. And the reason it did is because my body had to work really hard, has to pump blood to my gut to digest that food, and then it has to, so it's going to slow down. And that's why most people that have a heart attack, they have a heart attack after they've eaten. And the reason is because your heart has to pump blood, a lot of blood to your gut for the digestive process to happen. The other little tidbit I want to tell you is, did you know it takes your gut 12 hours to digest a couple of pieces of pizza? And most people, they'll eat a piece of pizza at 6 o'clock, they'll eat something else later, they'll eat breakfast, before that 12 hours is over, they put 2 meals on top of what they were already doing. So if you'd ever heard this before, if you realize that it took 12 hours to digest your food, put in the comments, I've heard that. But most people did not know it, okay? So let me tell you about these 2 jars. All right, so this is the amount of blood that's in your body. And if you were to prick your finger, okay, and you wanted to have a blood sugar, let's just say 90 to 100 or 80 to 100. That's what most of my clients get their blood sugar. They'll start off with their blood sugar 270, 280, and within the first month, most of them have their blood sugar down around 80 to 90. They're coming off their metformin, they're coming off of their medications, because if you don't put sugar in your body, you don't need those medications. But anyway, so let's just say this is how much blood is in your body. And for your blood sugar to be 80 to 90, when you prick it, you need about a teaspoon of sugar in that blood, okay? Most people are eating 33 to 35 teaspoons of sugar a day. And is it any wonder that everybody has fat around the middle? It's the sugar that your body couldn't use, that it stores as fat. So our body works just like it's supposed to. But here's what happens. Over the years of having your pancreas overworked and your cell walls having to open up to let all that sugar in, they eventually become resistant to the insulin that your pancreas is secreting. And that's what insulin resistance is. But you can reverse it. It takes a little longer for people that have been struggling, but I have seen it happen. I've seen people get their A1C down from 13 to 10, all the way down to 5 and 6. It is possible, but you got to know exactly what you need to do. So just keep this visual in your mind when you're eating that extra sugar. Take a look at how many carbs are in those things. I mean, I'm always flipping things over and looking and seeing how many carbs. And so you want to know, you want to keep your carbs below 20. Now, in my program, we don't count the leafy green carbs. So your salad, your spinach, your kale, your turnips, your broccoli, your Brussels sprouts, your cauliflower, arugula, lettuce, all of those carbs don't count. Those are actually carbs where you're going to get your trace minerals and your vitamins. Hey Barbara, hey Poonam, thank you for joining me. Okay, so you might have missed it at the beginning. I said if you'll share this video when we get done, I'm going to put your name in a drawing for a half price gift. Now, so I'm actually giving away 2 gifts. I'm giving a half price to a member, that one of my people that has already done the challenge, and a half price to a new person. So this is an opportunity. I've never done this before, but I feel like there are a lot of people that need to hear this information. So if you share it, then of course it's going to go on your feed, and there are going to be people that see it that have never heard this information before about intermittent fasting. They've heard about fasting. Actually, intermittent fasting is the most Googled reference, I think, happening. But people, they get the wrong information. They think it's starvation, but it's not. There are a lot of prerequisites to it. So, hey Barbara, hey Connie. Yeah, all right. So let's keep going. All right, so here's what's going to happen when you start fasting. So the theoretical benefits, all right, what studies are showing more and more is that you get decreased arthritis and inflammation. And my clients, almost within a week after starting my program, will say, my fingers don't hurt anymore, my joints don't ache. And after a month or 6 weeks in the program, they're like, I can't believe that I don't have the pain that I was having. I knew I would lose weight, but I never thought I would lose my pain. I've heard that so many times, and if you just only knew how happy that makes me feel, because pain causes blood pressure to rise. And if we can get rid of your pain, maybe we can get your well, we can get your blood pressure down. Okay, and I'll see that you've shared. I'll see in my notifications that you shared, but thanks for sharing, Karen. Okay, and decrease cancer. So studies have shown that if you do intermittent fasting several times throughout the year, which most of my clients end up fasting every day. They do 1 meal a day, OMAD. A lot of them fast 3 or 4 times a week. I know I fast pretty much every day. Rarely do I have breakfast. I usually don't eat till later in the day. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over now to the next page, and we're going to talk about why intermittent fasting is easy. You're like, easy? It's not easy to go without food. Well, it is once you learn how and you do what's necessary, the prerequisites. Hello, Ann. Good to see you. Ann has, Ann's lost a lot of weight. She came out here and did an interview just this week. So if you go back, scroll back through my Facebook and see Ann's interview, share that. That'll get some of your attention because she had some health issues. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. One of the things is intermittent fasting is easy to stick to. And the reason it is because one, you're not hungry, you feel so much better, and it's flexible. You don't have to do it every day. You could do it occasionally, 2 or 3 times a week, or you could do it, like I said, every day, but you can have a flexible schedule. I know over the holidays, I did a 48-hour fast the week before Christmas because I wanted to feel good. I wanted to really feel energized. I don't think I did 48. I think I did about 36. And then I did a fast the day before. I actually fasted before having my blood work done recently, and my cholesterol was down by 37 points, which was okay with me. I didn't mind where my cholesterol was, but you might want to consider that. Your fasting's going to bring your cholesterol down for sure. Okay, all right, so here are the diets that I've heard. I mean, over 300 people I've helped drop 30 or more pounds. They've done the keto, they've done the paleo, they've done the Whole30, they've done Weight Watchers, they've done Noom, and they just couldn't stick with it. But I've got people that I run into now that were in my first challenge 4 years ago, and they're still doing it. They're still at their ideal weight. I've been at my ideal weight. I lost 30 pounds now for, I don't know, about 6 years. I wanted to show you this picture of Paul. This is Paul right here. He is an actor, and he lives in Texas, and I think today is actually Paul's birthday. But he sent me this just unsolicited. I didn't ask him for it because he said, Nancy, I think you need to know what the app on your phone, what it offers. So I'm going to read this to you. All right, so here's what it says. Paul says, the 7 A's: accountability, a checklist to do and feedback on what I did, affirmations, an action plan, an attitude adjustment, awareness, advice, and aspirations. He said, I set goals that I had only hoped to achieve before. All right, so let's get back over here to, so the reason these don't work is, one, they complicate life. And you're not going to stick with anything that's complicated. They're not flexible. It's hard to get back to them once you get off of them. And they're not sustainable because it's some kind of potion or pill or, something. It's not a natural way of eating, all right? What I love about the 3 E's about intermittent fasting is, one, it's enjoyable, it's effective, and it's easy to do. So all of those are reasons. And here's what I love the most is I get results. If I want to drop a pound or 2, say over Christmas, I had some treats, not a lot. I had some treats. I'm looking over there at my almond cookies that I made that are keto, and I really enjoyed having those because I love a good sugar cookie, or not a sugar cookie. Anyway, I can't think of the name of it now. Those English wafers, tea cookies. Anyway, I made those and they satisfied me, and so I made those with xylitol. So you're going to get lots of recipes, you're going to get suggestions, you're going to get shopping lists, you're going to get videos on what to buy at the grocery store. All right, but the main thing I love about intermittent fasting and ketosis is you get results. You get results. How does it work for diabetics? Okay, I'm gonna message you a video of a type 1 diabetic and a type 2 diabetic. So let me know if you're type 1 or type 2. I missed who it was. I just saw it. I just saw your comment about how does it work for diabetics. Okay, so I've had many diabetics come off of their metformin, which, you know, insulin is a fat storing hormone. It causes your body to store fat. That's what it's for. But if you get on this program and you do it successfully, and here you go. I offer 100% money back guarantee. If you do the program and you don't get results, then I'm going to give you your money back. So I'm really taking all the risk. You don't have to take any risk. All right. Let's see. So here's some of the benefits. Your brain function is going to increase, and that's because your brain loves ketones. It loves to use ketones. So once you get into ketosis, you're going to notice the brain fog lifts, and you're going to be sharper. You're going to decrease your cardiovascular stress. That's one of the benefits of fasting. You're going to increase your autophagy. Autophagy is where your body actually shreds fat, especially around the organs. That's the first place that it starts to lose, because that's why you have this around the middle, is because the first place it stores fat is around your organs. You'll feel it up in there. But once you drop that, then you're gonna have less cardiovascular stress. You're gonna have decreased blood sugar, decreased inflammation. Your pain is gonna go away. I mean, like I said, I've had most of my clients that had any pain said their pain went away, especially the inflammation in the fingers and the knees and the ankles and the back. I mean, I had a girl, she lost 68 pounds, and she said, I knew I would lose weight, but I never thought I would lose my pain. And I love to hear that. Okay, so you're going to decrease your risk for cancer, and you're going to increase your energy. And so one of the things you're going to do is when you decrease your inflammation, and that's because you're going to go, once you get into ketosis and you start shredding fat, when you fast, your body cleanses itself of those free radicals. And anytime you eat anything, I don't care if it's spinach, I don't care what it is, your body is going to have free radicals. Just like you burn wood, it's going to have ashes. Your body puts off waste when you eat. And so when you fast, it gives your body a chance to clean out all of that. So it's kind of like if you took your trash and you put it in the laundry room for a week, it's kind of like taking out the trash. That's what intermittent fasting does. And you're going to be so surprised at how much success you're going to get at your weight loss, your fat shred. But more than that, your decreased pain, your increased energy, your brain clarity, all of that. Okay, so, and the other thing is you're going to save money because you're going to be eating less food. We eat all the food we have here, and it's because there's no junk food here. And we had some treats over the holidays, but you know, all of the chips, all the other things, those things, they're expensive and they are poison. So you're going to change your relationship with food. All right, so here we go. So what you're going to learn and experience in this challenge, number one. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to talk to you about ketosis. So join me tomorrow night at 8:30. I'm going to talk to you about how to get into ketosis and how to know you're there. But number two, you're going to learn how to do intermittent fasting. I have videos. We're going to support you. We're going to do it together. I'm going to teach you how to do meal prep, what to buy. I'm going to give you lots of recipes. You're going to learn how to do meditation, which is mindfulness, which many of my clients say is one of the most important things they learned in the challenge. And now they still do it. 4 years later, they're still doing meditation. You have a guided meditation coach, Evan, and it's really amazing. You're going to learn exercise. I'm going to do a couple of exercise classes a week that you'll call Swerve. They're just the right amount. I'm a physical therapist, so I wouldn't teach you exercises that would hurt you. If you have back problems or other things, I'll help you with that. I'm actually going to show you some exercises to help you avoid and eliminate back pain. I'm going to teach you the psychology of weight loss and how to change your relationship with food. That's probably one of the most important things you've got to do. You have to see food for what it was created for, and food was meant to be fuel. It's not meant to soothe your emotions. It really, and when you see it like that, it moves it way down on the priority list, and it helps you to be successful for the rest of your life, not just for 90 days. Okay, you're going to have community. That's one of the 4 things successful people do. When you start something new, you have to have a community. So you're going to meet new friends. You're going to be in a group of people that are trying to move, that are moving from being unhealthy to healthy. So you don't want to miss that. And you're going to be an expert. At the end of 90 days, you're going to be an expert. You're not going to wonder, what am I supposed to be eating? I see people that did my challenge, like I said, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and they're like, I'm still doing it. Every now and then I'll go off the reservation, but I know exactly what to do to get back on. I'm not guessing. I'm not wondering what to do. And I hear your voice, Nancy, coaching me. So it's an app on your phone. It's a Marco Polo app where I do videos for you every day to update you on, how to stick with it, to encourage you. I'm available by text. So I really want you to learn this. It's what you don't know that hurts you. And every day, like today, I went and worked in the nursing home, and the 2 women that I saw had no idea why they got there, but it was their choices. It was their nutrition choices. They thought it was diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, stroke, heart attack, but really it's what we eat. We are what we eat, and food can be medicine or it can be poison. So I want to encourage you, join me. This challenge is going to be the best one yet, and I'd love to have you. Thanks for joining me, and we'll talk soon.